Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the RenTenNation here with you guys. Today, we are starting our first episode of the RenTenNation Podcast. Nathan, Patrick, you guys want to introduce yourselves and talk about your channel real quick?
I am Nathan, aka Renyo, and your turn, Patrick.
I am Patrick from RenTenTalk. What is it?
What do you guys do on your channels?
I stream. I usually stream like classic Nintendo games. Not super classic, but like the one-player games, basically.
Okay. And RenTenTalk?
And I do some speculation videos. I stream a little bit, and a new project is starting next month, a podcast. So should be cool.
Okay. All right, starting your own podcast. Everyone go subscribe to RenTenTalk and Renyo to check out their future content and check out that new podcast. I'm actually pretty excited for that.
If y'all want to see Zelda and all that shit, then head over to the free donation.
They're already here.
Okay, then head over to the Me Nation.
Head over to the Renyo Nation, and he'll talk about the Zeldas.
I'll play the Zeldas.
Yeah, he'll play it while talking about them.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about our 6-month experience with the Switch. This is actually a little late. I'm sorry about that, guys. We're half a year into the Switch's first year life cycle.
That's crazy.
So
yeah,
it's crazy. I remember going to the store, picking it up, and just like being in love with it. The second I got home, opened it up and saw it. It was amazing.
I remember not even buying it myself.
That's right. I remember that.
Someone else bought it for them. I'm no longer with them.
Yeah, that's true.
Thanks for the Switch, boo.
Thanks, boo. Thanks, baby. The unspoken agreement was I keep the Switch, he keeps the PS4. Whatever.
I think you won.
I won.
Yeah, definitely won with that one. So, let me ask you guys, what is your experience within the first 6 months of having a Switch? What do you guys think? What have you been doing with it? Do you guys play more console or handheld?
You know what sucks is I really have to restrain myself because there's so much I want to say.
Trust me, I know.
I can't. Okay, but it's awesome. I love it. I honestly love it. It's exactly what I didn't expect out of a Nintendo console, and for that reason, I love it all the more.
Yeah, dude. Like this thing is crazy. Like I'm pretty sure all of us, like the first at least month or two, we were all like Breath of the Wild, like 24/7.
Oh yeah.
And like I don't know, it's been a mixed bag though, because like I feel like the third and fourth month, I was kind of a little bit bored of it. I'm not gonna lie, but like I found some indie games and some other games to kind of like occupy my time. And of course, we've had like some big games now, but there was that weird little middle period. So
it's all good
now.
Well, like
whenever
obviously Breath of the Wild. Like if anyone knows me, I am the biggest Zelda fan in the fucking world. Of course, people battled me on that, but anyway, I love Zelda. So the fact that it was a launch title with it was just even more fucking captivating for me. And when I played it, like of course I spent like half of my life was already given up. I don't know how many hours I have into the game, but it's probably close to 200. And I still find new and fun ways to have fun with the game. And of course, that was like the biggest thing for me is playing Zelda. Of course, they had other games that came out like Mario Kart, which I bought, and other stuff too. But whenever I found that the console was boring or I didn't want to play it, it was kind of like, but you could take it everywhere. Like I went out a lot, and it was always with me. And I brought it with me everywhere. Even if I went to a party, like I fucking brought it with me just in case. I just wanted to be like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking play some Zelda.
I've done that. Yeah.
It's just like in my glove compartment. Like I'll go to a party and I'll be like, you know what, I'm bored. I'll go back to my car, get it, and come back in and just play. Like that's just how great the Switch is.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's so tiny. I remember getting it and opening it up and being like, wow, this is a console. Like this is smaller than more like modern average tablets.
Yeah.
And it's so much stronger than them. It's crazy.
I think the biggest thing was when it came out, everyone was wondering how is this going to compete in the market when it's basically a tablet, and there are tablets out there that are for like 300, 400, even $500, and people are wondering how is a tablet basically going to sell and compete in that market where not only is it going to be playing games, but it's going to have other capabilities too. Like, I'm sure we've all seen the videos of the other capabilities that it has in it, like the VR thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, the VR coding that they found
exactly.
in it? Yeah.
I think my biggest like wow moment, like when I first got the Switch, I just played like Zelda nonstop for probably like the first month, and I didn't even like undock my Switch. And then I like finally undocked it, and I like the sudden realization that I was playing the same game like in a matter of like a second. I know it kind of sounds cheesy and I'm like it's like a commercial, but like dude, it blew my mind. And like Mario Kart, it like looks just as good, and it's even better sometimes. It's nuts,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, there's a few games where you're playing it in handheld and just the screen on it too. The screen on the console itself is amazing. It's not the best quality. I mean, it's 720, not 1080, but it still looks amazing.
It looks great.
Like,
the graphics are beautiful. And
Yeah.
oh yeah,
when you
the
play
colors
it,
pop on it so well.
yeah, when you play it on like on your TV, for example, Breath of the Wild, yeah, it lags, but it's not like a huge deal. But when you undock it, like there's no lag at all, and it's because of the resolution.
Oh yeah, yeah, the frame rate dropping and stuff.
But the resolution has changed to, I think it was 720, which isn't even, like I said, it's not even a big deal, because when you play the game and look at it, it's beautiful. Like the quality is amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I can't believe
Yeah,
I'm playing in 720p when I don't feel like I'm actually playing in 720p. I feel like I'm playing in almost 4K. That's how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
It feels like, I don't know, to me, whenever I play it in handheld, because it's so close up to me, instead of me just like reclining, sitting in a chair, looking at TV, and with the gyroscopes and everything like that too, and the consoles, the Joy-Cons, I should say, and the Pro Controller, moving it around and having the screen so close, it's like you're actually there.
Yeah.
Because I lose sense of everything around me. I put my headphones in, playing it. I hear nothing but this game. I hear nothing but the birds chirping behind me, playing the game, shooting bokoblins in Breath of the Wild, and just it feels like you're there, and it's amazing.
If you guys had to
I
put
love
like,
it.
if you guys had to put like a percentage on like what percentage you play like on the TV, what percentage you play on the handheld, what would it be?
I would say 95% on the handheld, 5% on
Wow.
TV. Maybe even less than that. I never dock it on the TV. I'm
That's
always
so crazy. I'm like the total opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I talked to you about that. You're like, yeah, you always play in console, and then I was thinking in the back of my head, I was like, Renyo always plays in handheld, and I would say I'm like 60% handheld, 40% docked.
I almost
I'm
never
both.
have it on the TV, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if I do have it on the TV, it's probably because I'm playing multiplayer with someone else.
True.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also got to experience what it's like to play the Switch, just like on the commercial, like on a plane. And
Yeah, same.
yeah, so
Okay.
when I went to the Dominican Republic, I was like, oh man, opportunity to bring the Switch with me. Of course, I brought it over there to play it, on my free time. And that's when I bought Splatoon 2, because as well, at least Robert, that I did not like Splatoon 1, like at all. I hated it. And my reason for hating it was because it definitely didn't feel like a good game, or it didn't feel right to
Careful.
play. No, I'm not saying.
Careful what you're saying here. You're talking to a Splatoon streamer.
No.
Don't forget about that.
Yeah. Well, obviously my view has changed on it, but my thing was it didn't feel like the right game to be playing on the Wii U. Like, I just couldn't get behind it. So like I think I played it for a day and was like, I played it for a full day, just trying to give it a chance, and I couldn't do it. And I played the test fire, and I ended up getting the game. I was like, you know what? This feels right. The game was made for the Switch, and it wasn't made for the Wii U, in my opinion, and that's why I couldn't get behind it. But when I played on the Switch, like I actually have fun with it, and I'm totally into it.
Yeah.
That's a big thing too. Is like the Switch literally feels like if the Wii U evolved, like something that I think back then they wanted the Wii U to be, but like I don't think we were there yet, technology wise.
Oh yeah,
And it's like
definitely
it's
not.
so crazy.
Yeah, I remember when I first got my Wii U, because I bought it when Smash came out. Because I was like, yo, I love Nintendo, but I never had a Wii U because I heard there wasn't that many games for it. But Smash, you always had to get the console that Smash is coming out on. So I got the Wii U for Christmas, like a little after when Smash came out. I was playing, I think it was Wind Waker HD in my room, and then I go into my sister's room, and I was playing on the handheld mode or the tablet mode, whatever you want to call it, on the Wii U.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, and then it disconnected. I was like, wait, what's going on here? It says that you could play off a TV. What's going on? And I walked back in my room and it says it reconnected, and I was playing it again. I was like, okay, this is weird. And then playing with a Switch and being able to take that literally everywhere you want is amazing.
Oh yeah.
And trying to catch back up to what you guys were saying earlier, the moment that you realize that it was a Switch and that it's the amazing console that it is, I would say that I have 3 separate moments like that for me. And not gonna lie, they all have to do with you, Nathan.
I'm sorry? What is it? Wait, why?
Yeah. The 3 moments when I was like, my God, it's a Switch and I'm playing on it right now, and had that realization had to do with you.
I remember being there for like one of them where you're like, I love this.
Well, I mean, you were there for 3 of them.
Oh, never mind.
So that's why I just said like 3 times now.
You tell.
But the first one, Nathan and I, we haven't done this in a while, but when the Switch first came out, I would go over to his house and we'd just play in his room on the Switch.
That's when he broke my bed.
On his Switch, on mine. That's not true.
He broke my bed.
He jumped on his bed, broke it, and then he blamed it on me.
He jumped on top of me with no pants on, and he broke my bed.
Not on the podcast.
Damn it, I forgot. I gotta restrain myself. God, it's
so
like fucking tying
YouTube.
me down with this fucking chains.
Verbal chains.
Okay, anyway, yeah, continue.
So we were hanging out in his room. I was on the floor. He was on his broken bed. And we were watching YouTube, and we were both playing Zelda, in handheld mode. And I put it down on my lap, and I look up. I was like, "Dude, we're playing a console in the same room with each other, not even on a TV, and not even on a dedicated handheld. This is amazing." And I loved it.
It's so great. Like when you do have that realization, it's amazing.
Oh yeah, but I think the second one. This is probably the one that you're thinking of. The second one was when the Splatoon 2 test fire was going on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, do you remember it?
Was it when I was in my car or was I in your room?
Yes.
Okay, it was in my car, yeah.
So we went to go get food somewhere, and I was playing it, and then I instantly took it out of dock mode, and I walked out of my house still playing it, and I get in his car, and I look up, I was like, dude, I'm still in a match. We're driving down the street, and I'm still connected to my Wi-Fi, and I was like, we're still in a match. I'm fighting people in a car. This is awesome.
That's really cool.
And then I lose connection, and I was like, all right, well, I mean, I had fun with it in the meantime, but the realization, it is amazing. It's like, it's thinking back and having nostalgia as a kid, but as an adult. Because as a kid, I don't know about you guys, going on road trips, I would always be on my Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, waiting for streetlights to pass by just so you could look at the screen.
I remember that too.
Doing that as an adult now, it's a feeling that you can't tell someone what it's like. They have to feel it themselves.
That's what
it's something I love.
I'm so happy they created that meme because kids really don't know. You know what I mean? Like I personally really do remember that. Like my
holding
parents,
the Game Boy up to like windows and stuff. Like
yeah. Like me and my parents just came back from like a party or something, and I'm like this antisocial kid who's like on his Game Boy, and one of my all-time favorite games of fucking ever is Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, and I got that for the Game Boy Color, and the Game Boy Color I got for Christmas. And I remember, I wish there was an hour count on the actual game, because I swear to God that would have had like at least 5 years worth of hours with how much I played it. But you know, they created this light that you can plug into the thing, and then the light would work. Like, oh my God,
I used to have one of those.
I like, it makes me happy just thinking about it. You know what I mean? I can't explain it, but I do remember having to wait for the street lights to go by, and then play it, and then I would have to pause it. That way I wouldn't the timer wouldn't run out, and then unpause it and then play.
Yeah.
Like my God, it was a struggle. But like to where we've come now, and I also kind of want to take it back to the Wii U thing that we were talking about, where when you go into handheld mode, like when you're playing Wind Waker, and I know they implemented this into Wind Waker and Twilight Princess and other games too, where you press the minus button and then you can play on handheld mode.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've ever used it, and I've also forgotten that it was a total implication of the game, because that's not what it was even about. Like honestly, you would take it 5 feet away from the console and it was disconnected. That's true.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so as much as they wanted it to be a handheld console, like it just wasn't there. It always had to be like on the TV.
The one thing I do miss, though, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, because I'm a huge fan of the Wii U. I love it, but like I do miss that when you were playing a game with the gamepad. Like I kind of miss the gamepad, just because like some games would have like the map on it, or like your inventory or something.
Oh yeah, make it a lot easier to just instant look down, do what you need to do, and go back to the
I'm
game.
not too sure if the Breath of the Wild Wii U has something like that.
No, it
It's
doesn't.
just blank, yeah.
Yeah, they completely changed it. I think they said it was either just a map that you're not even able to interact with, or just a black screen.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think one of the two actually. I don't remember, because I personally haven't played that version, but yeah, it's either or, I think.
Yeah. Well, since we're on the subject of kind of like the faults of the Wii U, I hate to like burst bubbles here, but have you guys have any like bad experiences with the Switch? Like, is there anything bad?
Bad experiences with the Switch. Well, the first thing that everyone talks about is battery life, and I have to say that battery life honestly isn't that bad.
Yeah, I haven't had a problem either.
Yeah, I've never got below 25% on my Switch. I mean, I would be playing it for hours and charging up every once in a while, but when you're taking it in handheld mode, you're not going outside just to play a game.
Yeah.
You're going outside, doing stuff, and playing in between. So there's no real reason to be concerned about it, unless you're a dedicated handheld player only, like Reno. I don't know if you've had any problems with it, but I haven't had any problems at all.
I think the only problem I had was the need to actually want to play it by myself. The console is only there, to be completely honest, it's only there when I have company over or when my friends want to play games. That was probably the only purpose of having the Wii U. And I remember going out to buy it with one of my friends and being so excited. Like, it came with the Mario 3D World, and obviously I got Smash, and Smash is like one of my favorite games. Like, I'm the most competitive motherfucker ever.
Yeah, he also kicks my ass every time and makes me rage, but that's for another video.
So like, I realizing if not most of all the games I have are all multiplayer games for the Wii U. So like I said, it's only there when I have company over, and I only pick it up when I have company over. I never actually play it to play one-player games. That's kind of where the Switch came in. It's to fix that. It collects dust. It really does.
Yeah, mine's just sitting here holding my SNES, but that's really it. Real quick though, are we talking about problems of the Switch or Wii U right now?
Switch. Wii U.
Both.
I thought we were talking about the Wii U.
Because I was talking about the Switch's battery life, and you're like, yeah, the Wii U, it's just there.
Honestly, the only like problem I've had is like connection issues
with Switch or Wii U?
with the Switch.
Okay.
I've had some connection issues like during like Splatfest, but I think like, I don't know, it was still like a new game at the time. I haven't really had a ton since. And the only other problem I could think of is sometimes my Switch just gets really hot, like when it's docked. Like I only play it docked, and sometimes I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna shut you down.
Yeah, you're a little bit scared about it. I get that. Can I talk about probably my number one favorite thing about the Switch?
Yeah, go for it.
It's actually the Joy-Cons.
I love the Joy-Cons.
They are actually my favorite thing that's been implicated in the Switch for what it is. And the controllers are so innovative. It's amazing. Not only because of the different colors, but I mean, if you think about it, these things are so small. They weigh about as much as like a $2 in quarters, and on top of that, like how easy it is for them to click onto your Switch, take off,
I heard you do it right now.
I have my Switch and like right next to me.
I'm holding one of the Joy-Cons right now. I'm holding the left blue one, and I'm bouncing it in my hand. And you could tell there's something in my hand, but it's not heavy at all. There's like no weight to it.
Yeah.
It feels good.
I love it.
And I'm gonna be honest, when it first came out, like it didn't fit my hand. I didn't really like how it felt in my hand, but now it just kind of feels good. And so what I've talked about the Joy-Con so far hasn't been exactly what I think is my favorite about it, and it actually has to do with the game 1-2 Switch. Because
it's pretty good
when
game.
you play the game 1-2 Switch, you have to use obviously the Joy-Cons. But the implications of the Joy-Cons in the game is what makes it so special in my opinion. Because for example, my favorite game in 1-2 Switch is the ball count, where you have to tilt the Joy-Con and you feel the little vibrations of the balls in there. Do you know
the HD rumble?
Do you know how fucking crazy it is when you tilt the Joy-Con and it actually feels like there's balls in there? Like, it blows my fucking mind.
Me too, dude. I love that.
All you do is tilt it just a little bit and you can feel them fucking rolling there. Like it I don't think anything has ever blown my mind that much. And
dude, that just makes me excited for like the possibilities of like a Mario Party or like a WarioWare game.
Yes.
WarioWare, that's exactly what I was saying. I think WarioWare is so much fun.
That would be great. And it's got a bunch of other games too that just make it even more that much better. It's got this game where you have to crack the safe open and
that's a good one too. I like that.
You keep turning it and it clicks very slightly, but there is one click that clicks a little bit, like a tiny bit stronger, and when you feel that click, that's when you unlock the save. That blows my mind too. And it all has to do with the Joy-Cons. Like, I don't think people realize how amazing these Joy-Cons are and how fucking futuristic they are. And the last thing has to do with the motion camera that's in the right Joy-Con.
Really? Wait, hold on. You like that?
Yeah. Do you guys know about the motion camera, right?
The IR
on
the bottom of the
like
right,
that sandwich
right
thing.
Joy-Con. Yeah, I was about to say there's no real implications for that yet.
No,
that's what I was going to say.
There is so much potential to it that will come in the future, I guarantee you. But
my biggest fear is that camera is going to turn into like some shit like the Wii U like TV button or something. Like, there's always something that they don't take advantage of. That it just scares me. I like the possibility of it, and that sandwich thing, that's like crazy.
Yeah, the sandwich thing is pretty cool. And
there's also a rock paper scissors game, right?
I think not in 1-2 Switch, but
I know they were advertising that in the whole Switch presentation
when they talked about it. Actually, what you're talking about, what they talked about is they said it basically recognizes what's in front of it. It recognizes rock, paper, scissors. It recognizes when you're holding a fist out. It can tell how far away you are from your hand it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that, like I said, that blows my mind. And it all has to come back down to this little controller. And that, I think, is way more innovative than the Switch, honestly.
Yeah. One thing that you didn't mention... I'm sorry. One thing you didn't mention is, and I thought I was going to hate this, like
the motion,
turning the controller sideways and using it like a little controller.
I have it in my hand like that right now just to play with
dude.
Just to feel it. It feels so nice. Granted, you do need the grip at sometimes, like for longer play sessions like that. But
the fact that the console basically comes with two player controllers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
that's going back to old Nintendo right there.
That's really
old
cool.
Nintendo. The NES and I think the Famicom. I'm sorry, the Japanese version of the NES
came with two.
That had two built-in controllers.
And here's
no other console has really done that, especially in recent history. No one comes with two controllers because they're always like, "Hey, you want controllers? Pay us for it."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo's like, "You want controllers? We're gonna give you one big one and two separate ones."
Yep.
And they just have going on what you're talking about. They have so much power in it, and the fact that it has all that. With 20 hours of battery life for those small things, that's amazing.
Too, yeah.
I love that.
My controllers have never died on me. I don't think my Switch has ever died on me either.
No, none of my stuff has ever died on me.
I want to say though, for sure, I think I'm probably one of the only people that I know, unless you do this, Robert, but the motion controls, I think are fucking amazing. And
I only play with motion control.
yeah, like on Breath of the Wild, I
yeah.
use motion controls that's all I use. Like it feels so good to be able to point and shoot your arrows, and like no matter where you're pointing, that's where he's turning. Like it feels so much better than like the Wii modes.
Yeah, arms is like a perfect example.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah, yeah,
I totally agree.
Arms has really good, really honestly amazing motion controls in it.
Yeah,
but what you're saying about motion controls, like whenever I'm playing a game with motion controls, I usually have the Joy-Cons one in each hand and just let them hang. I use the grip every once in a while. I also do think the grip is really comfy, and I do love the Pro Controller, but sometimes I just want to relax, lean back. Sometimes I'm even laying in my bed on my side with my right arm behind my head, like propping it up, with the Joy-Con in there, and having my left one just like hang out in front of me. I'm relaxing. I'm relaxing all the time whenever I'm playing.
That's the beauty of the Switch. It's the versatility of it. You know what I mean?
You're not restricted to having your hands in front of you together. You could have them behind your back, doing the splits, arm splits, whatever that is, if you wanted to.
But okay, so I'm gonna kind of eat my words here, but me personally, Skyward Sword.
Eat it, bitch.
Shut up. Skyward Sword. I love the motion controls in Skyward Sword. I think it's amazing that you have to slash the sword. I think it's way beyond comprehending of the time that we live in, where you have to pull the sword out, like literally how the game shows you to do it. Everything motion control, I think that's great, but a lot of people hated it. A lot of people didn't like it, and it would have been good for Nintendo to give you that versatility. Like, do you want to use the motion controls, or do you want to use the Pro Controller? You know what I mean? And that's kind of...
I've never bought a Pro Controller for anything besides a Switch, but I mean, go on.
Well, the game didn't have that option, and I think a lot of people would have liked it more, even though I think people should have liked it regardless, because it had an amazing story and the gameplay was pretty great. But a lot of people had a lot of backlash for it. But with the Switch, it's kind of either or. You know what I mean? For example, Arms, you could play that like using the motion controls, or you could play it while it's like on the Switch portably. They had to work around everything.
Yeah, it's awesome because you could. I mean, of course, the Pro Controller is a big part of the Switch's life already. With the Wii U and the Wii U, they had multiple controllers, I know, but I've never had one. But it's awesome because Arms, a game that was built on motion controls, they knew that people weren't going to be playing it in motion controls, so they said, we need to get regular controls in here too, because a lot of people think motion controls are childish.
Yep.
So they put that in there too. So yeah, I definitely agree with what you're saying. And for me, my experience, I mean, we're talking about Skyward Sword here now, not the Switch.
Yeah.
But my experience with it is I love it. Great game. Motion controls are hard to get used to at some points. But besides that, once you get used to it and the learning curve with it, it's a great game.
I think the only problem I ever had with that game in motion controls is flying the bird. I think that's it. Because when you would point it straight, it would be going left or right, and like there was no way to. I mean, even if you like recalibrated it, it was always still the same problem I had. But that's it. That's the only problem I had.
Yeah, but I mean, your house is a little weird where you had to point at your microwave and your Wii remote works. But
Wait, what? Oh my God, that was such a long time ago.
I feel like that was like last week or something.
No, I forgot.
I went over to his house.
Speaking of games,
like we did.
Yeah, I was actually going to lead into that right now, but yeah, let's go into it. Let's talk about games. What do you guys? Oh, fine, then we'll talk about that real quick. So I went over to Nathan's house one time, and he was like, "Hey, let's watch a video on the Wii U," and I was like, "All right, cool, let's do it." And he stands in the middle of the room and has his arms sticking directly to the right, pointing at a wall at his microwave. and using the Wii U like that. I was like, why do you have your sensor bar over there? And he was like, oh, I don't. It doesn't work. And I was like, okay. Then.
It's weird. Like if I pointed
there
at my microwave, it would just work, and I didn't have a sensor bar at all. So
Yeah, I remember you could do like candles too. There was like a 2 candle trick.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
What? I
Yeah,
thought
if you
it was.
put 2 candles,
apparently-
like you can use it.
Yeah, I heard the sensor bar wasn't even like a sensor bar. I heard it just held LED lights and that was it.
Yeah, it was something like that. I love the Wii so much though. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
It's
Wii
awesome.
was
It
beautiful.
led the Wii and the innovation back in 2006
Oh yeah.
made the Switch. 11 years later, we're at the grandchild of the Wii, and it is amazing. I love it.
It's so good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So going on to games now. What do you guys think is the best game so far? Best game coming up? And what do you guys hope for in the future?
I think we both know that Zelda,
Yeah.
for me
Batwa.
at least, I just everything that they have that they put into that game shows. You know what I mean? All the time, all the care.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be completely honest. I've talked to a lot of people about this, and they have very strong opinions on it, but I just don't give a shit. And it's it's the DLC.
Oh, okay.
I paid
okay.
$20 for the DLC. Whoop de fucking do.
So
I'm not
worth
gonna,
it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna cry over $20. $20 is actually a lot less than what you would pay for other DLCs. $20 is what you would pay for a skin on like a game for the Xbox. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But for this one, you're getting a crap ton of masks, clothes, and trials, hard mode. You're getting a lot of stuff, and on top of that, the last DLC, which is included in the $20 payment, you're getting in December, and it's a whole new story. How can you complain about that? I actually had an argument with someone at work because and he's one of my favorite people at work. But he's like, I don't want to pay $20 because that's not Zelda. Like Zelda should have everything already included. I don't want to have to pay for DLC for Zelda because like you've never had to. I'm like, I understand. As a Zelda fan, I totally get it.
But you're wrong.
But you're wrong. No. Like, just think about it. Nintendo is very smart about it. You know what I mean? They put everything out in the game that they needed to, and there was obviously more that they wanted to put out. $20 is nothing.
They're pretty
to be
good
able
with
to give
DLC.
me that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're usually
DLC
good about
and
DLC and the
great.
fact that they give it to you for free.
Yeah.
If you buy the game. What is $20?
Like, exactly. It's so little compared to all the content that comes in with it. But going back to what you're saying, a game shouldn't have DLC. Is that what your friend said?
Yeah. He was like
a Zelda
Nintendo
game shouldn't.
I think he made the argument of Zelda or Nintendo. I can't remember.
Okay. Well, I mean, basing it on a company like Nintendo, I used to think that in the past. I was like, Nintendo's the last one to go into having DLC, and I don't think they should, but fuck it. Honestly, it's going to happen in the future. It's going to happen. It's been happening for years. What's the point?
It's got to keep them in the game.
If one company can't do it because they haven't done it in the past, then you're just being biased. And there's no right in having someone's judgment if they're just going to be biased about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was about to say, if you want to say that, if you want to even say in general that DLC shouldn't be a thing, fucking say that to EA. They put out games that aren't even close to being complete, and you need the DLC.
Exactly.
Yeah. And $20 for all that content? I've never played Mortal Kombat or any of those ones, but I know like you could buy people in that, right? You can unlock people.
Yeah, I personally have actually spent money to buy them just because I actually like Mortal Kombat, but
yeah.
That's
then how much is each character?
I think it's like $5 or $7.
Damn.
Okay, so that's a lot less than I thought.
But it stacks up. There's like 8 characters you can buy.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean, we can't really make that argument because Smash also has that too.
True.
But Smash is also very cheap.
That's true. Smash did have that, and I can only imagine when Smash, or if Smash, comes out for the Switch, because I'm fucking buying it, and I'm so pissed. Okay, this is another thing to talk about, but we'll talk about it later. But it has to do with what Smash or what Nintendo didn't announce at E3.
Yeah.
But when they put out Smash, or if they put out Smash for the Switch, I can only imagine it's going to come with all the DLC. People already paid for it before.
Hopefully.
It would only make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even if it's a separate game, by default and by their experience, they most likely will. The only time that they ever got rid of characters was people that they didn't even want in the game, like Pichu, Wolf, and
Snake.
Snake. Yeah, I don't know if they lost the rights to having it or not.
Well, think about it. They came out with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You didn't even have to pay for any of the expansions anymore or the DLC. It just came with it.
Yeah.
I can only imagine the same thing will happen with Smash.
Yeah, hopefully. That's what I'm hoping for.
So, I mean, pretty much the big question is, okay, we all freaking love Zelda. Like, that's like a given.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then we got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which, phenomenal. Like, the battle mode, so good.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to admit, though, I had fun with it for, like, 2 or 3 weeks. But because of the fact that I played hundreds of hours on the Wii U.
I think I agree with you. I'm going to be honest. I was really excited when it came out, and I played it a lot. But when I played it a lot, it was all within the span of a week or two. And I don't think I've picked it up ever since, which really sucks because I love Mario Kart, and the game is amazing. Thinking about how like everything came out for it, like I don't need anything else to play it. Yeah. But I think the only thing that's stopping me from playing it is if I have friends over. You know what I mean? Because then it's fun to play with other people.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in a while, but I also did play it a bunch on the Wii U.
Yeah.
Honestly, the last time I played it was when I was recording for this podcast because I'm going to have some gameplay in the background. And when I was playing it, I was thinking, I was like, I'm having fun just playing this. Why aren't I playing more of it? But I feel like it's because it's one of the games that was... I'm not gonna say this, but I'm saying it.
Not gonna say it, but
I feel
saying it, guys.
Yeah, it works. It works. Just don't think of don't think about it. And it works. But I feel like Nintendo's rushing out games just to show that they could get games out, and just to show that they could have the Nintendo polished games that everyone knows and loves in such a short amount of time on their brand new console, just for hope for the future.
True, but I mean, at the same time, you have to think like 13 million, which is not a lot of people. 13 million people bought the Wii U, like in its entirety. Like that might be the number this whole year. And like the Wii U has had some of the best games like ever for Nintendo. Like that may seem like a stretch, but like they want people to play these games. Like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is probably like the first or second best Mario Kart like ever.
Oh yeah, I think Deluxe is probably my favorite besides Double Dash. But I mean,
Double Dash is so good.
I think I'm gonna play Mario Kart 8 right now to try to rekindle my love on it. I have 25 hours on the game right now, and that's the second most played game compared to Breath of the Wild, where I have over 150 hours. So, 25 hours, you can kind of see where my priorities lie.
And then we got a brand new game, a game that probably the first exclusive, if you think about it, for the Switch in ARMS.
Oh yeah.
How'd you guys like that?
Oh, you know how I liked it.
Stop.
Let me get like some footage going on in the background of me kicking your ass in it now.
We had a tournament, me and Frito, and I was so confident. There. You were there. Yeah, that's right.
I was rooting for Nintendo.
I got my ass beat bad.
I actually really liked the game, and it was all because of Robert, actually. He really showed me that the game was actually a lot more fun than I anticipated, because I even told him. I told him, I was like, this game just doesn't look fun. It doesn't look appealing to me. Like, I don't think I want to get it. And I was at his house, and he's like, really? Like, this game is like so much fun. And he was playing it, and I was watching him play it. I was like, okay, let me try. And I played against him, and I fucking whooped his ass. Like, oh my god.
Hey, no, we're not talking about that. No.
I whooped his ass really hard using Master Mummy. And I was like, dude, this game is actually really fun. Not because I whooped his ass, but like it was really fun. And I was like, I think I want to get this now. And we played for a little bit longer. He found his character, aka Kid Cobra, and I haven't been able to beat him since.
Yeah,
he's so good.
He's a lot better than I am.
Some of the new content, but it seems like they're taking a little bit too long to release it. Like I feel like
version 3.
Yeah, I feel like the Switch games are like so streaky, and like people like them at different times. And I think if they kept updating ARMS, like all these new characters, all these stages, like headlock mode is so good, and I feel like
Oh, I love
Yeah,
it.
if they released more content, I think more frequently, people would still be playing this. But unfortunately, the next game that came out kind of overshadowed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely. I have to say for ARMS, I know where you're going with this,
Yeah.
but ARMS, I feel like they definitely waited too long to get that game out.
Yeah.
Because they said it was going to be a spring release when they were announcing everything for the Switch, and I was like, awesome, that's going to be coming out like March, maybe May. No, that came out at the end of June, and that's way too long. That's way too close to the other big title game that is a sequel to something that already has a fan base too.
Yeah, and the
So-
game is great, but just not enough people were talking about it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, I feel like
there was so much more hype to it initially when it was first announced, but coming out, like no one was talking about it, and it's an amazing.
they took way too long.
Yeah, it was an amazing game, and that was probably the reason why. To be completely honest, I'm gonna be honest about the whole. Robert showed me, and for anyone who doesn't know, because I keep saying Robert, the Frito Nation.
Yeah.
He showed me a video of what people didn't like about the Switch, and it mostly had to do with the fact that it didn't come out with apps like YouTube, Netflix, blah blah blah. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't give a shit.
Seriously.
The game is a console first, whatever the hell second. I bought a console to play games, and that's what I got. I'm not buying it. Who the hell is going to buy the Switch primarily for YouTube when everyone has a fucking phone nowadays?
Yeah, if you don't have like at least 4 or 5 devices that can like, you can play Pornhub. Like, come on, you're not.
Wait, hold on. You're saying there's gonna be a Pornhub app confirmed for the
It's
Switch?
confirmed. Woo!
Best console ever.
They
How
did
is
say. They did say that you can actually browse Facebook and Twitter in an unintended way on the Switch, which even
Yeah.
that I don't give a shit about because I don't use either
Yeah.
or. I only use Twitter to update on my streams.
But like seriously, if Netflix is something that's wrong with the Switch, you're just like reaching at that point.
Yes, and they were talking.
You're trying to find something wrong with it.
They were talking about how are they going to compete in that market? I'm like, well, they don't have to. Why on earth do they have to compete in a market that's not primarily what the Switch is about?
Yeah,
How are you gonna?
That's not their market.
How are you gonna tell me that a tablet is going to compete with the Switch when the tablet can't play fucking Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
Like really? Or Mario Kart or any of these other games that you can't get because exclusively it's for the Switch?
Mhm.
I think that is a dumb argument, and we all know it's gonna come in the future. But I
Yeah.
think that is probably one of the dumbest arguments I think I've ever heard. When it comes to the Switch, I think I'm probably only gonna have like I don't know, less than a couple hours down on like YouTube because that's not what I'm going to be using the Switch for.
Yeah.
It's not what it's made for.
Exactly.
And the fact that people use that as like some advantage to hurt the Switch in any way is just stupid, and it's something that annoys me, honestly.
Yeah, people really do have some dumb arguments. It's like they don't know what the Switch is primary use is about. It's like, oh, the Switch comes out, but I can't watch movies on it. What the hell? Where do I put the CD? Like what?
I mean, the idea of like playing a game in handheld mode, like out of the house and then coming home, like putting a Netflix app on and then like docking it, that seems pretty awesome. But like, that's not going to be like a selling point for me. Like, I have the Wii U for that. So
exactly. The Wii U did have that. It had that coming out of the release date of the Wii U.
Yeah.
But they realized that that's not what the whole thing is about. It's
not what sells consoles.
It's a family console. Yes, I understand. So if you want Netflix on it, you want all these games, sure. It made sense for the Wii U. But this is something different, and it's not, you're not going to have Netflix rolling out of your house where there's no Wi-Fi. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, and then
exactly.
Splatoon 2 came out, guys. I don't really know too much about this game, so you guys are...
No. I think we're going to have to inform you on this game. It's a game where you're a squid.
No. I think it's just a general fish.
It's a fish.
A jellyfish.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you're part slug in that.
I'm obsessed with this game. I'm just gonna say it.
I think it's a rhythm based game.
It
right?
is. Actually, I think there is like a mini game.
There is. I used to love
Oh
it.
yeah. Actually, I do remember that.
That
I
was like one of the things I was most excited for. I don't even know why.
I like it. I'm gonna be honest. We talked about this a little bit earlier and how much I didn't like the first one, but the second one is amazing, and I'm way past level 10, I think now, and I'm thinking about it now. It's like, God, I would have never spent this much time playing the first one, and it's mind blowing that I actually like the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because you say that
When
it's like,
when it's the same thing technically. I'm sorry. I don't mean that in a bad way. It technically is the same thing, but it feels better on the Switch. I'm sorry to cut you off. Continue.
oh no.
You just triggered a bunch of 12-year-old squidlings.
Well, because I was doing a stream and I was like, you know what? I haven't. It was like a month and a half after Splatoon 2 came out, and I was like, you know what? I haven't played Splatoon 1 in a while, so I put on Splatoon 1.
I remember that stream.
It is awful.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like, I'm probably never gonna play it again. To be completely honest, it is that bad. I don't know if it's the gamepad or like overpowered guns and stuff, but it's bad.
I think it's the gamepad.
Really?
I vote it's the gamepad. That's the only reason that was keeping me from liking it.
I voted it's a Netflix hack.
Me personally, the one game I've been waiting for to release ever since I saw the trailer for the Switch before it came out, and I'm still waiting on it, is Skyrim.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna put more hours, or probably about the same. I don't want to say more because Zelda has a better place in my heart than that. But but you can have the Master Sword and the Hylian Shield in that game.
It's pretty sick. I don't know if I'm gonna be playing it though. I don't know. It's gonna be my third or fourth time buying it. I don't know.
See, it's my second. I literally put in like over 300 hours on the 360.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, easily.
Yeah, I
On the
bought it
360,
for
I played
the-
so many.
I bought it for the 362 actually. Now that I think about it, but that's the only time I bought it.
Yeah.
And I almost bought it for the PC back when I was dating my ex, and
Yeah.
she's like, yeah, you should get it. But I told myself, you know what, I'm not gonna get it. And they also re-released it for the PS4 and the Xbox One. And I said, no, I'm still not gonna get it. I'm gonna wait for the Switch to come out, because if I get it now, there's no reason to have it on the Switch.
Dude, that's exactly what
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah. And
That's gonna be
yeah,
interesting though,
definitely.
because like, I mean, you got to think you'll have Odyssey out then, you'll have Xenoblade out then, so like I could see why it
Hopefully.
wouldn't
Xenoblade.
like. I could see why some people wouldn't pick it up, but definitely pick it up. Like from what I've been seeing, it looks fantastic, and there's motion controls too. Like it's a
the bow and arrow.
yeah, it's so cool.
That's fucking cool. And you're probably you're gonna
I'm-
get the slashing thing and the shield thing. Like it's gonna feel like Skyward Sword. I bet you can turn that off too. So everyone buy it.
I don't know, I'm confused about that. The motion controls, because they always like show people still pressing buttons, so I don't know if they're like someone playing the game and overemphasizing like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, but there's no
This
motion
is
controls.
what it feels
is there,
like, kind of thing.
Is there actually motion controls in it?
Yep.
They
You
confirmed
probably
Yeah.
have to hold down some kind of button combination for it to
it? Yeah,
like work.
and then do
Just
that.
like in Skyward Sword, where you have to hold the C button and then you pull back, and then like that. I think that was probably the best use of the motion control in Skyward Sword, because it felt like I was actually pulling the bow back. I don't get that in
Yeah,
Breath of
yeah.
the Wild, but I'm not complaining. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Breath of the Wild, I feel like you're actually aiming it a lot better than Skyward Sword.
Well, yeah, because the
that's just
motion
my
controls
opinion
are a
on
little
it.
bit better.
A lot better in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skyrim's gonna be cool
But,
though because it's very story heavy, which I think that would be one of my like faults, I guess, with Breath of the Wild. But then again, like it didn't really take away much for me, so I'm excited for
Yeah.
Skyrim. That's probably my number
Yeah.
one third party game.
Do you guys have any other games that you're excited to coming out in the future?
Yes.
Talk about it.
I am glad you asked. So, this was actually announced not that long ago, and I've probably talked to you guys about it.
The Lego game.
LA Noir.
Wow.
LA Noir was
Oh.
confirmed for the Switch.
I've never actually even played that.
I've never
before.
played it.
It's good.
I asked my sister about it, and she said that and Dragon Dogma, I think that's what it's called, are the two games that got her back into playing video games.
Ooh.
So if it's that good, and I've heard a lot of good things about that game too, but the most important part about it is one, AAA title, third-party game. Two, Rockstar is finally coming back to Nintendo.
Oh wait, I thought they weren't a part of the list though.
Rockstar wasn't. I don't think.
I
It's a
remember
good
when
game.
they
But
announced.
that's their game.
I remember when they announced the lineup
whole,
of
like-
all third-party people that were included in the
Yeah,
Switch.
they're in it
and
now.
wow,
I guess they're in it
The
now.
thing that I
But the-
don't like about this though, like LA Noire is a great game. I played it before. I think it's like 6 years old or something like that.
Yeah, it's old like
But
Skyrim.
like, I don't know, a company like Rockstar, like, what do you have to lose, like, to just go all out and release like GTA?
exactly.
Absolutely nothing, but it opens up a gateway to other third parties that are not sure if they want to do it for the Switch. It shows the sales and that people are willing to buy games that aren't just Nintendo games on
That's
a Nintendo
risky
console.
though. Like they're doing this with Skyrim, which is like 6 years old. They're doing it with Payday, which is like 4 or 5 years old, and they're doing it with LA Noire. Like, why don't you? Skyrim, I agree with, because like everyone loves Skyrim. LA
Mhm.
Noire could have easily been GTA, and Payday could have been Call of Duty. Like, people are gonna buy these games. Like, people want first-person shooters.
I mean, there are games that I am looking forward to, and then there's games that I think shouldn't even have a re-release or so. Like, my opinion on Pokken Tournament.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
No.
completely honest. When I got that for the Wii U, I don't think I've ever had such a letdown.
I'm not gonna buy it.
Yeah, I'm not getting that game.
I thought that game was gonna be so much better, but I ended up pressing buttons and not knowing what the fuck I was doing. I even called I called my brother over. I was like, dude, this is just like Tekken. Like before we even started playing it, like I wanted him to like experience it with me, and even he wasn't interested in it for as long as I was, or wasn't rather. You know what I mean? So like, I was like, wow, this was a waste of money. Like,
I
so
downloaded the demo, and the demo was pretty good. But like, after I was
same
playing the
thing.
demo, I was like, okay, I had my fix.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I played one round on the demo. I uninstalled it.
Damn.
Like it just,
Yeah.
I don't know, that game. I felt like there was so much more potential, but there was something about that game that just wasn't there for me, and I don't know what it was. Like,
This
it's
is
definitely
what they
not
should have
the
done, like with Pokken. You have like, I don't even know how many Pokemon Masters, how many Pokemon there are. Like over 700? Are we up there?
I think it's like over 800. I think.
Oh yeah,
And
the
this game
choices that
has
they
like
made.
15.
I think the choices
Yeah,
that they made are
honestly.
somewhat really dumb. Like the Ghost Lantern, I was like, that's
802 Pokemon.
the
How many?
least.
802.
And they choose 15. And let's stop for a second, because like 2 of them are Pikachu.
Oh my God, you're right.
Two
Dude,
of them
like,
are
come
Pikachu.
on.
One of them's a luchador.
Yeah, but it's a throwaway character, and I hate stuff like that. Because Smash even does that too.
Listen, I thought some of.
Dr. Mario, we don't need that. Dark Pit, we don't need
Okay,
them.
all right.
Come
I
on.
use Dr. Mario.
But just use him as a reskin.
No,
That's
Dr. Mario
that's
hits
taking up spots.
Dr. Mario is slower, but he hits a lot harder. And regular Mario is more versatile, and he's a lot faster. I use both of them. Like whenever
I was about to say, you kick my ass with Mario. When do you ever play Dr.
I
Mario?
use him too. I could fuck you up with him.
The sad part is Pokken's gonna sell well. I
agree with the Dark Pit, but oh yeah, it is gonna sell. I mean, there
I'm
are
not
some
sure about
Pokemon
that.
in that game that I'm like, that's cool. Like they got
Yeah.
like okay, Pikachu's a fucking given. No one had to ask for that, but it was in it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Charizard, yes, we all figured, he's gonna be in it. He's another popular. Lucario, he's an actual fighter. I can see that, and I actually like Lucario. He's one of my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah. Chandelure, don't no reason for
Exactly.
Scizor is pretty cool.
Scissor's cool.
that. Scissor was out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that, but I do appreciate it.
Mewtwo.
Krogunk. Why is Krogunk in this game?
You know what makes absolute
We don't need-
sense? To have Machop or Machoke. That
yeah,
makes sense.
definitely Machamp.
Or like
But yeah, I
Hitmonchan,
agree with
looking at-
come on.
Pro- I agree with
Looking at the list
Krogunk
right
or
now.
whatever.
Wait, is Braixen in this game? The
Braixen?
fire starter from?
Yeah.
God, why?
I don't know.
Seriously.
But I
We already have-
know I was happy with Suicune because Suicune's one of my favorite legendaries.
Yeah.
And that new
And-
grass archer guy, he's awesome.
Decidueye.
Decidueye.
I love Decidueye.
So I mean,
He's the
they
person
made
I
some
picked
good
in Sun and Moon.
choices, but like, dude, like
Were they the
release a
best?
game with like 30 Pokemon.
Krogunk, Chandelure. You make good choices. Don't fucking ruin it with those two.
Yeah. I personally think and you know my view on this personally, Frito, and that's Mario Odyssey.
Mm.
So
Yes, I do know your point of view.
So I've talked about this with him before, but Mario Odyssey, and I can get hate for this, I can get flack, but people need to hear me out. So when
it's good.
That's it. No, I'm just kidding. When they first announced the game, I was very disappointed. I looked at it and said, "This looks like trash," and I couldn't get behind it. I looked at it a bunch of times. I replayed the trailer and kept looking at it, and I said, "This game looks so fucking weird. Doesn't look like it should feel like a Mario game." And I want no part of it. But here's the thing. I know it's going to be an amazing game.
Oh yeah.
I know it is going to be absolutely phenomenal. It's going to sell a lot and people are going to love it. But I think it is so weird. I'm going to buy it regardless and I'm going to play it. I already pre-ordered it.
Yeah.
Same.
But it looks so disappointing.
The one thing I will say when I first saw the trailer, as soon as I saw humans in it, I was done for a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing for me too. I was comparing it to Sonic 06.
Yeah. Yep.
I remember you saying that. I remember you telling me that you thought it was going to be like Sonic 06, and I was like, dude, no. It's Mario. There's no way.
Dude, no.
But then they showed that weird, like, polygon cooking thing.
Of course, that's what got you into it.
Dude. And then
The chef world got you back.
that forest level looks insane.
Oh, that's going to be my favorite one. I know hands down that's going to be my favorite.
And then I think, like, I don't know if you guys heard, but, like, a couple more got leaked or something, like an ice one or something.
Yeah, I didn't even want to look at those. I heard about them, but I was like, I want this to be as big as a surprise as going to Sunshine for the first time was for me.
You know what? I did that when Breath of the Wild was announced. I absolutely refused to look at any of the trailers, anything. Well, not the trailers necessarily, but any of the gameplay because they were having like a lot of people play the game. There was a lot of opinions on it. I told myself I'm not looking at it. The game is coming out, and I'm starting with a fresh perspective.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I understand that.
I remember because I was like, Nathan, look at this video. It's so cool. And you're like, no, I don't want to be spoiled. I was like, it's published by Nintendo. It's not a video that's a third party or a third person. No. And he's going to be like, hey, this is my favorite part about it. My favorite Pokemon in Breath of the Wild is a Lino in the great area.
Dude, I was the same way, though. Like, I didn't even know there were, like, villages in the wild. Like, I went in it totally, like, on my own, and I'm so glad I did. It was so great.
Yeah, because it gives you such an experience that you don't have any other way. Because people, they look at games and they're like, okay, the game is coming up. We know it's coming out. Let me completely ruin it for myself and everyone else before it's even released.
Yeah.
I'm a big thing on spoilers, so it felt like the game was being completely spoiled for me. Like, I watch Game of Thrones, you know what I mean? So spoilers are a fucking huge thing.
Yeah.
Dude, my favorite part of last week's episode was when the dragon flew in the air and got shot down by the guy with the M16.
See, that's not a spoiler for me. That's not a spoiler for me.
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
One game we haven't mentioned, which I'm kind of surprised, is the newest game that just came out.
Oh, Mario and Rabbids.
You completely ruined it for me.
I think I was gonna say
Prime 4, baby, Prime 4.
Dude, Prime 4.
I will kill you.
We've got nothing on that game yet.
Yeah, dude, that is so.
We got confirmation though. That's all I need.
They made that trailer for people like you.
If they're gonna show a trailer,
they made it
like,
for me.
You know, like all I'm gonna get is a number, and like I think that's Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
No.
Rabbids though. How you guys like Rabbids?
I bought it.
I'm loving it. Still loving it.
And I think I also told Robert that I have no interest in this game because, but this was before it came out. Like I was like, I have no interest in this game. It doesn't look appealing to me.
Oh yeah.
Because it doesn't. It looks like it shouldn't feel like a Mario game. I've never played an XCOM game before, you know. So
neither have I. Not until this,
really. And I got paid one day, and I was like, you know what? I need a new game. And I went. I bought it at my store. I took it home, and I spent quite a few hours on it at night, and I was like, "Wow, this is pretty fun. It's quirky. I like the humor in it. I think I think the gameplay is pretty fun too."
Yeah, I know.
It has some.
I know, like
some
Frito's
great
hard
humor in
about
it.
this game, but I haven't played it too much. I think it looks fantastic. It's definitely a different kind of game for me, but like I haven't played enough yet to kind of give an opinion, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a great game. Grant Kirkhope did an amazing job.
Grant Kirkhope.
He always does great
Banjo-Kazooie,
jobs with his
love.
music. But yeah,
Grant Kirkhope,
but-
if you ever watch this, call me baby. I follow you on Instagram, just so you know. Highly and Loach.
yeah,
That's me.
But
Yep, Renyo. What's that about?
I don't know.
no, I said, wait, me or him?
No, he posted a picture of me.
Oh,
He's probably gonna make an emoji of it.
but I don't know. The Peach's Castle remix, it's so good. You know when you're running around the main hub world around Peach's
Yeah.
Castle,
Oh, yeah.
you could hear Peach's Castle music in the background with the Grant Kirkhope twist to it, and it's beautiful.
Grant Kirkhope.
Never played.
He's pretty proud about his music in Pinata, the Viva Pinata.
Oh yeah.
Viva Pinata. He should be. All of his music is amazing.
No, his music is fucking great. I've never played that game, but I would
Yeah.
love to just listen to the music.
Yeah, like
And
ukulele.
oh,
and
Cityville
It's
too.
Ukulele, right?
Yes,
Yes.
that's another
By
thing.
the way, I want that to come out. It's like now.
Yeah, dude.
That's another thing. Is that game
I
came out
haven't-
for the Xbox? It came out for the PS4, but I am not buying it
Mhm.
until it comes out for the Switch. And
Same.
That's exactly what I
Can
did.
we please talk about how? Maybe we shouldn't talk about it. Never mind.
We're gonna get weights. The only thing I don't like about Rabbids is the camera.
I don't have a problem with it.
No,
I've
well,
heard people talking about that before too.
I think it's the fact that you can't move it to specific angles. It kind of
Yeah.
moves in four different angles. And on top of that, there's sometimes,
That's only when you're in a fight, though.
well, yeah, but when you're out of a fight, sometimes you just can't even move it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And in a
Whenever it
game
goes
like
into
that-
the locked,
I'm sorry, but like in a game like that where there's so much to look around you, and like
Yeah.
that game specifically has so much to look at, and where you want to look around and you really can't.
no, but when it locks, there's a reason for it to lock. So whenever that happens, I'm always like, okay, it's a cinematic thing. The makers of it wanted it to be like, wow, look at how beautiful this game actually is. Because that game, I think, is beautiful.
Yeah.
The colors pop. There's the music that goes with it, dancing flowers in the background. Everything's just amazing.
I heard
Mario.
I'll continue.
I was going to say Mario. That's probably the best game that we've ever seen him in. Like, he looks amazing in that game compared to every other game.
Yeah.
And then Odyssey's going to come out and he's going to look even better. But as of right now, this is the best game that he's been
Well,
in.
that's the thing I was going to talk about. Was I heard that when Ubisoft was pitching this to Nintendo when they were putting it together, Nintendo actually didn't give them a Mario model to work with. They actually did it from
Mhm.
scratch. So the Mario model that you're seeing is actually Ubisoft's model that they completely made on their own.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they did that with all the models.
Yep.
I heard they did that with everything. And also, little known fact about this game is that Ubisoft tried to pitch the same game or like the same concept to Nintendo back in 2011.
Oh wow.
Huh.
Yeah. Or I think it was 2011. I know it was earlier. in a
Nintendo,
different
are
console.
you finally realizing that it's nice to have help from others? Jeez,
Yeah.
I can take a page out of my book.
Last time, yeah, take a page out of my book. The book I made, it's called "Take a Page Out of My Book" by Renyo. Go buy it on Amazon.
The book of RenTech Mormon.
How are you guys with How are you guys with indies?
Like indie games?
There's a lot of indie
Yeah.
games.
Uh,
There's a lot of indie
I feel like
games. There's a
Frito could
lot-
talk more about that than I can. I don't really have that many.
I mean, looking at my Switch right now, I'm actually looking at it just so I can see what indie games I have. I mean, I don't have that many.
Yeah.
Binding of Isaac, that's a great game though. Minecraft, I think that's still considered an indie game. There's a lot of good ones, but there's still a lot of games that I have no interest in.
Yeah.
I mean, the games I have technically would be like Mr. Shifty, Snake Pass, Minecraft. I guess I'm not sure. If, like you said, I'm not sure if that's really considered indie. But I also have the Fast RMX. You know
That's a
that
good
one's
game.
Yeah,
That one's
yeah,
fun.
that's a great game.
I feel
Um,
like the Switch they're at least doing now a lot better than Wii U is kind of like controlling what games actually make it on the eShop. I mean, there's still some like really shitty games, but like the Wii U, dude, there's like hundreds of like shovelware. I feel like the Switch is a little better about that.
Yeah, they actually want quality games instead of just throwaway games to fill up space.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate that from Nintendo.
I personally
do.
think that it was a mistake buying Snake Pass. That game is such trash. I think aesthetically it looks great, but playing it is just like, wow, I wasted money and time. And I was drunk when I bought it. I thought it was a great idea because I was drunk and I was like, hey, it's on sale. That's a good idea.
It's so frustrating though, because like it literally looks like your dream game from like the N64 era, and like you can't jump, you can't like do anything. I don't know. It's a nice like relaxing game.
It feels like a Banjo-Kazooie like platformer almost, or looked like it at least.
And then the music too, so good.
And then you play it and you're like, oh no.
You're like, my childhood games sucked.
I have some pretty good indies though. Shantae. I don't know if you guys have played that.
Oh, that
Shantae. Yeah, I've never played it, but I heard that it was a really good series.
Do any of you have I Am Setsuna or Setsuna, whatever it is?
I heard it's
Is that game fun?
It was before all the other bigger games came out, and I just haven't really touched it since like 2-3 weeks after the Switch came out.
Okay.
Because it was a launch title.
It's like a classic Square game. You'll love it anyway.
Yeah. But we've actually been doing this for an hour and 20 minutes, guys.
Oh, I was going to talk about something, but all right.
Oh, go for it. Go for it.
The only thing I wanted to talk about was the... I'm not sure if you want to talk about this now or in another one, but like the E3 thing.
What about it?
The whole like
what wasn't announced?
I mean, come on. Just E3 is an amazing part of gaming history every year. You know, you get a Microsoft and PlayStation will battle it out for who has the better game, and then usually Nintendo comes out on top with like, hey, we got this shit though, right? But you know, besides Metroid, like there just wasn't anything there, and it really disappointed me because the Switch had just came out.
It was a little underwhelming.
It really was.
I thought it was amazing. I loved Nintendo's E3 this year. I mean,
well, like think about it. Like Pokemon and Metroid were like probably the biggest announcements, and those
there was
were
nothing
essentially
to show.
Yeah, they were like promises. They're like, yeah, we're making them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For me, though, I was pumped because Kirby, I love.
Oh yeah, Kirby and Yoshi. Like,
Kirby and the Yoshi game looks so adorable.
They look incredible.
And Kirby looks amazing.
I'm absolutely happy with what's to come. Yes, that's true. But I feel a little bit let down because the Switch just came out. So you're hoping E3's around the corner. I wonder what great games are going to come out for the Switch, being as it just came out. Not much was announced. I'm being completely honest. I think people can also agree with me. And I also think one of their biggest faults, which they have not even touched on to this point, is Virtual Console.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we were talking about that the other day.
This is going to be like a 5-hour conversation.
We don't have
like
to
that alone. Oh, my God.
Just bring me GameCube, Nintendo. Just fucking do it.
Seriously.
I'm touching my GameCube right now. I'm good.
At the very least, bring back Nintendo 64. But you have the capabilities of GameCube. I don't care about the whole like sensitive R thing. They could figure out a way to implicate that. Just bring it to us.
We were talking about that.
I know.
We were talking about that the other day.
I know. Okay. I mean, that is my frustration. Just got it out like a jerk.
Well, I think to end this, we should all go around and give a grade so far.
So far on the Switch itself, or the first 6 months?
First 6 months, and then say like your best thing, and then something you would change.
Are we gonna do it on like 1, 2, 3, or
same time?
Yeah, all of each other.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, Q. I got nervous, guys.
So I think one of us should go, and then Frito, you'll be the last one.
Nintendo Talk. Since you brought up the idea of it, you should go for it.
So I'm going to give it a B. A flat B. I think the games that we've got so far are like really high quality.
This is for the 6 month, right?
Yeah, for 6 months. I feel like we've got some good games, but if you really think about it, I mean, ARMS and Mario Rabbids are like really the only exclusives.
Yeah.
Like everything else you can pretty much play on the Wii U. I would say my favorite part about this is, like we said before, like understanding the whole concept of the name, and like I wasn't a fan of the name at first, but like now I get it.
Yeah.
And the
I
worst,
personally think NX sounds better.
yeah, dude, I love that.
That's what I was thinking.
And the thing I would change the most, not really change, but like, dude, Virtual Console needs to come, and this will come, but like more people need to buy the Switch, is third parties. But I mean, we're gonna get them.
Yeah.
But
hopefully.
yeah.
I mean, hopefully. It's very promising with the sales already. It's already what, 6 million within half a year. That's amazing. That's already around half of the Wii U's whole life cycle.
Yeah.
But they need to get that shortage under control. They're doing better now, but they need to work on that.
So yeah, I give it a B.
Okay. I guess that's my turn. I give it an F for fantastic. No, just kidding. I think
F4, fuck out of my podcast.
I almost want to say a B as well. Like I'm really close to saying an A because of how amazing and innovative it is for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And A is what I really want to say. But the only reason I'm saying B is because I'll just give it like a B plus. But is because there needs to be like more incentive for a lot more people to pick it up. I already have that incentive to pick it up. But for stuff like Virtual Console, more variety to play games. Yeah, there are a lot of games that are there for us to play, but I don't want to be the downer. Most of what I'm playing almost all the time is Breath of the Wild, which I'm totally fine with. I'm totally okay with. But yeah, Nintendo's got my B plus on that.
Okay.
And then one
Kind
good
of weird
and one
that
bad.
you said that.
What?
One.
Oh yeah, one good, one good. One good, one bad.
Oh, bad? Didn't I already talk about it? The Virtual Console?
Oh yeah.
Oh, then yeah,
you're good.
Yeah. I kind of zoned out. I was just listening to your voice.
Fucking listen once in a while.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Yeah, it's your turn.
All right. So, I don't know. As an individual, I would say, I don't know. This is really hard. I didn't even think about like a grade or anything. I was listening to your guys' points.
From what I can feel like, I feel like you might give it an A. Like you do love the Switch genuinely. I
do.
see it.
I do.
But like, take the fanboy glasses off, man.
Eyes.
Actually, think about like.
I'm wearing contacts first of
The
all.
Switch is far up your ass. Come on, just take it out. Look at it. Clean all the poop off. Do what you gotta do.
It's stuck.
I don't want to pressure you though. Like, if you genuinely think it's like an A++, like you're wrong, but okay.
The thing is, what I was about to say is, before you rudely cut me off, as a fanboy and an individual, I want to say that I do give it an A. Not an A+. It's not perfect. Nothing's perfect besides Switch. But but it's perfect. But as a consumer, not just a Nintendo fanboy,
sorry.
as an actual consumer, you disgust me.
I know. I'm sorry.
I would say a B+ as well. It's great. My experience with it is amazing. My nephew loves it, and I mean, he's my nephew. I force him to play Nintendo games, and he loves them all.
He bugs you to play it.
Yeah, he does. He comes up all the time. He's like, "Let me play it," and I'm like, "No,
Go to Taekwondo.
How about Taekwondo? Don't
Go.
Yeah.
So you're saying A?
No, B.
B+.
Oh, okay.
As an individual, I feel like it's great. Not too many multiplayer games out yet. Hopefully they do come in the future. The multiplayer games that we do have right now, the connection, I have never had a connection problem. And when I did in the past, that's because I had shitty Wi-Fi. But whenever I was at someone else's Wi-Fi or different Wi-Fi than mine, completely solid, no hiccups, nothing. Now the bad about it, we talked about this before, Nintendo Talk. They need to work on that fucking eShop, man.
Dude.
The eShop,
I agree.
it was great. It was great when there was no games on it, really.
Yeah.
But now that they have a lot on it, they need to take a page out in Microsoft's book about the eShop there.
I just learned how to browse all the games on eShop, and it like blew my fucking mind. I was like, "Whoa, you can do this?" I thought you couldn't see the older stuff.
It worked.
That's
at
what
first,
I was thinking.
But now it's just there's way too much stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. There's too much for you to just go to one page and be like, okay, this is all that we have, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have to go through pages and pages and stuff.
Can
like
I just
that.
stop for a second? How the hell are you gonna get like hour and a half of gameplay to put in the background?
You guys want to play some Mario Kart, Arms, and Splatoon
Let's play
together?
some PUBG.
Or we can do that. PUBG on the Switch, bring it, please. By the way, Rocket League on the Switch.
Yes.
I'm excited about that.
I could care less.
I've never played it, so I'm excited.
I played it for
Metroid Gunship.
What did I play for? I think I played it for the PS4. I bought it. I was like, a lot of people are playing this. Might as well give it a shot. And I did, and it was really fun for like a day. And then I never touched
And it was
again.
really good, and I enjoyed the game.
I think I'd rather. I
sounded.
I think I'd much rather watch
sound
people.
so mad about it.
Like I don't know. Like it's not a bad game, but I feel like it's like as much as it doesn't look like it, I feel like it's for kids. Like that's where people would probably find their entertainment. I think I'd rather watch people play it on YouTube than me play it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it.
Sweet.
All right, well, I think that's going to wrap it up for today, guys. That was a good podcast. We hit a lot of our subjects and talked about stuff we weren't even planning on talking about, like the Wii U, for one.
Pornhub.
And Skyward
Pornhub
Sword
on the Switch. And Skyward Sword.
I'll talk about any Zelda
we talk-
anytime though.
True. What about the CDI
Go check
games?
out my streams if you want to see me play Zelda. I'm playing Skyward Sword right now.
All right, well, that's going to be it for today, guys. Like we said at the beginning of this, go check out Renyo's channel. He is doing Zelda right now on his stream, so we just completely dated this podcast.
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna have to get back
everybody
to
go
it.
check. Yeah, you've been taking a little break from it, but that means that there's more time for you to watch this over and over again, and him not making any progress. So, also, guys, go check out Nintendo Talk. Go check out his channel. He does discussion videos, future stuff, and Splatoon
He's
streams.
super famous.
Yeah, he's super famous.
He's got like 500 more subs than me.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming out. That was a good little podcast that we had.
Cool.
I think we're gonna end it here.
Did you end it yet?
Stain.
Can I release
No.
myself?
No, it's not over yet. No. Stay in school, guys. Don't become people like
Don't
us,
forget to do
and have a good
drugs.
day. That too. Bye.